So when Mr. Intelligent Design called in before, Jamie, you weren't on, but he had said that he had discovered intelligence. And when we kind of went in and talked about it, he said, well, atheists don't believe because they don't understand intelligence. And that felt, it came to the point where I was like, well, number one, you're putting words in our mouths. Number two, there is a definition for intelligence, and that's why we're using that definition. But if you want to propose a different one. And so,
hopefully you didn't use
Mr.
that
Intelligent
phrase.
Design, what do you want to talk about today? I just kind of wanted to bring them up to speed.
Before that, I would like to apologize. Last time we talked, because I should be saying like this: it is much easier for any person to become an atheist by ignorance of the topic of intelligence. That's what I would like to say, but I got a problem with my English, so sorry for that.
I mean, that's okay. You're workshopping it.
So I'm not sure how a general statement like that could possibly be sufficiently supported in I can conclude that way, but I think it would also be interesting to consider that there are branches and traditions of Christianity that explicitly say, no, ignorance is a virtue, have a mind like a child, do not learn about the world, and certainly don't think about things. So if you're talking about, in practice, what groups of atheists that organize and state their values and carry out things in a community do versus, there's a very, very, very diverse spectrum of what groups that identify themselves as Christian do. But I'm unaware of a group of atheists that says we should all not know anything or think about anything.
Well, I think you are quoting about the Bible, about to believe in God, one person must become a child, something like that, like an ignorant child.
It's something like that, like blessed.
Right?
It's something like that. Jesus talking about how there's a virtue in being a child. I don't know that he says you have to, but because I'm not a biblical scholar. But in any case,
and in the story of Adam and Eve, they were punished because they wanted to know things, right? They ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. But that's kind of, we're off base. Mr.
I think,
Intelligent Design.
For me, the reason why I called you today, because as I have told you, and Aaron know that I always talk to him many times that I am the person who understands intelligence. Sometimes I use the word intentional for other people who didn't get what is intelligence all about.
Okay,
so I know, guys, that you cannot and do not accept that an intentional designer or an intelligent designer exists or God exists because who designed both universe, life, and existence intelligently.
Oh, so that's where he's going.
So just as a quick aside.
So tell us here, what do you really mean by the word intelligence or intentional?
Okay,
and why science should accept your definition and not mine?
So what I will say very quickly, because I'm not sure how much, Eric, you want to get into the definition. I'm willing to let you jump at that. As an aside, I would like to say I'm not sure whether you said it and I didn't say it and I just heard it, but at the present moment, no, I don't have a reason, nor do I accept the conclusion that an intelligent designer intentionally created the universe, life, etc. But I think you may have also used the word couldn't or the word wouldn't, and neither of those are true. I'm capable of coming to that conclusion with reasonable evidence, and I wouldn't refuse to if presented reasonable evidence.
Yeah, the reason why I am trying to call you that, because we need to explain reality, especially in science.
I agree.
We need to explain reality in science, in astronomy, in biology, and everything we do. But if we don't understand the spectrum between intelligence to non-intelligence, to intentional to non-intentional, then we always have the wrong conclusion of reality, and therefore we are wrong.
Quite possibly.
That's my point.
But Mr. Intelligent Design, let's make sure that when we start, we're starting on the same page here, right? I don't have a competing definition of intelligence that is butting up against yours that we need to present evidence for so that people can accept it, right? I understand the word intelligence just like I understand all of the other words in the English language, which is through use and context and through understanding, through education, and the way that we've been using that and modifying that to best suit our purposes since the advent of language. Mm-hmm. And what you're doing is you're saying you have a competing definition. Why do you think that I need to back up everything else? Like, just give us why we should accept that. And if it's compelling and it's good, then maybe we should use your definition. But when you called before, you said answer, solution, and it meant nothing, right? So do you have a different definition? Because what you said last time is gobbledygook. It doesn't provide anything. If we were to take the word intelligence and replace it with what's your definition? Solution, problem, or
no, problem, solution.
Right. So if I were to take that out, if I were to take the word intelligent out of all of the books that we have and replace it with problem, solution, do you understand that that would be incredibly confusing?
No, the reason why you were very confused because I told you last time that I'll be giving you two definitions so that we will know the spectrum of intelligence, or sometimes I call it intentional.
Okay.
So I will give you now two. Okay, please listen. I will give you now two. First, the intentional or intelligence. Intelligence or intentional is always, universally speaking, problem, solution. The shortest definition. And the non-intentional or non-intelligent is always problem, solution.
Okay. What?
So sorry.
I think I said that last time.
No.
What?
Hold on. So in your definitions, it sounds like you're describing two levels of intelligence rather than intelligence and non-intelligence. Is there a part of your definition or an understanding of the concept of intelligence that includes things that have no intelligence, right? In what category does a rock that has no mind fall? Because I would describe that as non-intelligent.
I agree. We agree both that rocks.
Okay, so I wouldn't define a rock as problem solution.
No, in other words, if we would like to study a rock in science, we normally use the word intelligence or intentional in the topic of cause and effect and origins. For example, the origin of the rocks. For example, the origin of Mount Rushmore. There are many mountains in the world.
Yeah, and that's a weird one to pick.
Yeah, so
for example, my example is simple.
No, your example is actually way more weird than if you just said mountain.
So what I will say is I'm unaware of the geological literature specifically referring to Mount Rushmore, but I would be willing to bet that the consensus is not that it was formed in the same way that, Mount Everest or another mountain of its type was formed.
Agree,
as far as the faces.
I agree. I totally agree. That is why in the entire existence, there are two competing origins explanation.
No.
One is intentional and two is non-intentional. Because, for example, the Mount Everest is non-intentional, so therefore,
I agree.
It just happened naturally.
Okay.
But the Mount Rushmore.
So that gets us into the generic argument. Hold on a sec. That gets us into the generic argument. We can talk about how you can tell, something that is intentional from non-intentional, and then you'd have to get to a universe where you say, in this universe, it's non-intentional. In this universe, it is intentional, and then we can study the differences and determine which one our universe is most like. We don't have access to that. That is something that we've done countless times. We're happy to do it countless times more. The real interesting thing here is you skipping over, glossing over, and throwing out red herrings instead of answering the fucking question of what the hell are you talking about with problem, solution. It's the only unique thing in your argument that gives me pause, because the rest we can go rote. But the first thing, it seems like instead of revising and going, oh, hey, people have a problem with this, you just keep saying it. And that's not how shit works.
Oh, I will give you a specific example, Eric. Okay.
Okay, hold on. What I'm going to look for in this response is an answer to my question. And if I don't get it, then I'm going to ask it again, because I don't want to move forward until you answer it.
Oh, wait. Can you repeat again your question? Maybe I didn't get it specifically. Please,
That's not a good sign.
say it again.
No, that is a sign that you might have just been waiting your turn to talk instead of listening. But I will do it again.
Yeah.
I will say this again. Okay, I'm trying to simplify
please say it again.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
No. That's okay. We're going to move forward, and the way we're going to move forward is what I said was the unique thing about your argument is that you have this really weird definition of intelligence. And instead of, going into the nuts and bolts so we can determine whether or not that definition is helpful, we've gone off on rabbit trails and we're not going to do it. I don't want to go off on a rabbit trail until we pin down why you think this bizarre definition is okay. Otherwise, we're just going to talk past each other. Otherwise, it's just going to be the same rote stuff. And the thing that makes this uniquely bonkers is that each time I've seen this brought up and talked about with you, instead of discovering, oh, hey, this appears to be problematic, I'm going to workshop this, you just bring it up again and again and again and again and again. So either you're not listening and waiting your turn to talk, or, whatever the case is. And so, I wrapped that up in, how come you're not giving us the evidence? How come you're not wanting to talk more about these definitions? I don't want more examples of other bullshit. I want to zero in on this. So, Mr. Intelligent Design, right, restating this. Why should we accept that as the definition of intelligence?
Yeah. Or rather, what does that imply Eric's first.
The reason why all people in the world and our science must accept my definition, because when you apply that definition between intelligence or non-intelligence, they work universally. You can apply that to both physics, astronomy, biology, education.
Stop.
Okay.
Go through each. Give me one short example of physics where intelligence is necessary for physics. Go.
Yeah. Let's talk, for example, about forces.
Okay. How is intelligence necessary for force in physics?
Yeah, simple. For example, we normally use that in engineering. Assuming that you are going to...
Mr. Intelligent Design, just so you know, it sounds like you're chewing gum and it's really, really weird and awkward to listen to.
You can, yeah.
I'm just trying to make you...
I just put something in my mouth. Okay.
No worries. I'm just trying to help you, be a better, on the air person. So
yeah,
go ahead.
Physics or in astronomy, or, for example, in physics in forces, assuming that you are going to build a house.
Sure.
Non-intelligence will say that if you would like to build a house, you just build a house.
Okay, stop. Let's examine that. Non-intelligence would say if you want to build a house, you build a house.
Yeah. With
what?
A wrong foundation.
I mean,
a wrong foundation.
Yeah. That doesn't even make remotely enough. Maybe it's a language thing. Maybe I just don't understand.
Hold on. So is the complete statement that non-intelligence would say you build a house with a wrong foundation?
Yes.
Okay. We were missing the second half of it.
No, we're not. No, I don't accept that, because what does non-intelligence say? That as a statement makes such little sense that I am not moving forward until I understand it. Otherwise, this entire conversation is going to be pointless. Yeah. And that is at the core the problem. So no, we're not moving forward. Yeah. How does non-intelligence say anything? What the fuck are you talking about? I love this. I love this because what?
Wait, I told you that non-intelligence is problem solution. Okay.
We remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I told you to just follow my definition, because it's so easy. You don't have to become a rocket scientist to understand it. It's so easy.
Okay, then quit trying to bring up rocket science and give us the easy thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so assuming that you would like to build a house, that is your problem.
Okay.
What if I want to build a house?
Yeah, wait. I told you, just give me a time. I will give you more time. Assuming that your problem is to make a house, no problem. The solution is to build a house, but the solution is you can build it anywhere. You can build in the sand, you can build in the water, you can build on the solid rock. Okay, so the definition of intelligence is that non-intelligent is that when you build your house and you build it in the shaking sand, then you are using non-intelligence. Because you just use
hold on. Now give the example of intelligence in building a house. I think I might be...
Right. That's good. Okay. So now the intelligence is, according to the definition, is problem, solution, and another solution.
Okay. We remember that.
So when you build a house and you are using your mind as an intelligent mind, then you are not just going to build a house as a problem. You are going to choose another solution, for example, a strong foundation. And it's not another solution for a house. So that's why the definition is problem, solution.
So would you say that it's fair to say that intelligence is finding whatever solution you think of first and doing that in order to solve a problem, and intelligence is thinking of multiple solutions and choosing between them the best solution? The words that I use to describe your definition, I would just say examples of the application of intelligence are probably going to be more helpful when you're explaining this to other people.
That's better explained by saying common sense.
Well,
but no, it is, because you cannot build a house without a thinking mind. You can find a thing that you can use as a whatever, right? We can get into that whole thing. But if we're talking about putting up framework, putting up drywall, painting the shit, putting shingles on the roof, that actually requires a thinking mind. And because of that, you've used so many.
Correct.
Is this the argument from common sense? Use common sense. Quit saying intelligence. You're causing my brain to hurt.
No, the reason why we normally, because we are, our science today is mass. We don't know about the word common sense. We don't know they don't know about the intelligence right
We don't know. So that's hold on. No. Oh, Matt does that. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I'm not Matt Dillahunty. Move forward. No. Okay, wait.
Quick, I'll guard the hang up.
Yeah, right.
You're good.
Okay. Mr. Intelligent Design. That's not how language works. Did you get that when you reviewed last time? When you called in, did you go back? Because I listened to every episode several times to make sure that I can go back and correct, because I screw stuff up all the time. Mr. Intelligent Design, did you go back and get the fact that that's not how language works?
And I always go back to what I've said. And
Perfect.
I always
that's a good practice.
The reason why I'm telling you that I am right, because when you apply my definition in reality, it works, and it is always work.
Okay, then if that's the case, then please take that to a university, get that peer reviewed, get it published, bring it to us instead of calling two jackasses on YouTube. In the meantime,
one jackass on YouTube.
I think last thing. The reason why I just called you, because I already shown this the original manuscript to seven science journals, but they rejected me. But I don't care. I have my science book.
So what I will
thank you.
No. Before you go, Mr. Intelligent Design, how long is your manuscript? Out of curiosity.
I think how long the word 3,000 words. I think I've used for the explanation, and the abstract is 150. But anyway,
so I've got a couple busy weeks coming up, but why don't you send that our way? I can bet a lot of money that Eric is not going to read it. However, I can also put money down that I am.
No, I
need you for shit, Jamie.
I had already written that in my science book to explain further from today.
In your science book.
This week I will make it free in Amazon so that anybody could read it free.
No, this is not a self-plug place.
So what I will say is just send us the link, mail@talkheathen.com. I will find it. If Eric finds it first, he'll send it to me and probably write a message that I won't be able to repeat on the air to me in the email. But yeah, that'd be fantastic. If that's all you have to say, then thank you. Sorry.
One more thing. I'm also submitting one of my article. The topic is all about gravity. I just sent to Nature and it failed, and I sent last week to Science and it failed. The topic is all about gravity. I sent you two.
Science is the name of
the publication. Science.
All about gravity.
Yeah. Okay. I will look it would. I mean, if it appears in the publication Science, I'll be unbelievably happy to read that one. But just the manuscript, mail at talkheathen.com. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, then you got to workshop it, buddy.
Yeah.
Be prepared to be prepared to revise, and don't stick so closely to those conclusions, because the best way you're going to move forward is if you're ready to throw it out, even if it's your baby, because that's how you get to know true things. Take care.
Yeah, but I think
okay.
Wow. There were some very interesting and snarky comments in the live chat. I would feel bad for repeating them verbatim, but it was very much about commenting as far as whether our last caller had a high level of problem solution, or whether he was an example of problem solution.
Well, but it throws it out, and people have been saying, I've read I read the comments. I don't respond, but that I've been getting more aggressive lately, and
I can rein you in. I've got a foot and you've got a shin. No,
I don't know. There's a catharsis there, but I don't want the point to be missed because of some righteous indignation, because that's not okay. Well, so I'm going to need you to help me out here, Jamie.
I'll help you out. But before we go to the next caller, what I will say is, I mean, even when, because someone commented, oh, JB's patience is legendary, which is kind of cool.
It is.
But there are times where I feel bad for not being more outraged. For example, when Rob begins talking about justifications for this and that.
But that's what we're a team for.
Well, that's what we're a team for, but it should definitely be something that I probably state more forcefully, at the very least.
We'll be there for each other. We're gonna keep getting better as a show. We're gonna keep making better content for you guys.
Yeah. Although I was reminded that I should save that for secular sexuality, which is one of the 8 sister shows that our show has, and you should check them out.
In the meantime, we have 5 more calls, so we need to jump into them.